My mother provided me with my introduction to finance. It was my sophomore, junior year of college. She had asked me about her 401k. I had never heard of a 401k before. Did well from 2006 to 2008, and then in 2008, of course, the market crashed, and my mother called me and says, "Jarrett, what happened to my money?" Because I had lost over half her money. "I think we should increase your contributions by, I don't know, double or triple." And, fast forward a number of years, and my mother did very well. My mother has questions around these types of things. Surely there's a number of other single moms out there or families out there that need this type of guidance. I decided at that very time that I wanted to make a career out of it. I'm Jarrett Cohen. I'm the founder of JECohen. I first got down this way by way of LSU. Fell in love with Louisiana as a standalone, and then fell in love with New Orleans secondarily. I believe the wealth gap exists because you don't have trusted advisors in the community that look like these communities. And so it's very hard to identify with these families. They're very distrusting, and there's a lot of history of distrust. And by creating a more diverse firm of advisors that can dial into these communities and assist these families, I think there's a lot of good that can come from that. I think New Orleans offers a tremendous amount of opportunity. New Orleans has a lot of challenges as well. I think the saying goes, in every crisis, there's an opportunity. Real estate, from an investment proposition, it offers characteristics that I think minorities can identify with. The physical nature of it, the conservative aspects of it, it also contributes to vision. It's a beacon of hope. The New Orleans Cotton Exchange has a long history dating back to the middle 1800s or so. And when you think about our firm being headquartered here, now aside from it being just a great investment opportunity, the full circle nature of the wealth that the Cotton Exchange yielded, the history of brokering cotton and trading cotton, and how one had to obtain cotton, and the pain points and the legacy issues to now change the narrative with principally minority families now owning this exchange, and the wealth that is generated even from inception is incredible. I'll be frank with you. I would like to see more lenders operate from the lens that I believe Credit Human operates from, which is democratize access. In a nutshell, we all know the history of lending in minority communities, redlining, and I believe what Credit Human is doing is not only blurring over these red lines, they're picking them up and throwing them in the trash. My mother was a baker. She loved to bake cakes, pies, the whole thing, but oftentimes she would go to the cabinet and there wasn't enough vanilla, there wasn't enough sugar or something. There wasn't enough of something. And I would oftentimes hear her say, "Well, I guess I just have to make do." Next thing you know, a couple hours later, here's this nice bundt cake where she's made do and it's delicious. What that taught me at a young age was it's not so much about how much you have as much as it's about where you're starting from. And in financial services, I feel as if most people approach you and they want to know how much do you have, not where you're starting from. And when I think about Credit Human's approach to Slack, which is trying to assist customers with budgeting, trying to meet them where they're at, work with these families to create discretionary means that they can then reinvest in some capacity where they can increase their wherewithal as a family and ultimately generate wealth. My mother was trying to do the same thing. It might have been with the cake, but she was trying to work with what she had in that moment and still produce a positive outcome. And I think that's exactly what Credit Human is trying to do as well.